6, 7, 12, 13. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place. All right, 10 minutes, 11 minutes before 8 o'clock. Looks like a nice looking Tuesday morning out there. How many of you are aware that history is being made right now? 4.6 billion miles away.
You just pointed out to me. That's cool.
If you have access to your internet, go to nasa.gov, right? That's it. Yeah, nasa.gov. And they have a broadcast right now, 1 minute and 10 seconds away from, the way I understand it, from getting pictures from Pluto for the first time. Here we go.
It's just amazing. Museums, everybody is a part of history.
There's a huge gathering of people at NASA, and they're waiting for these images, and it's counting down 53 seconds. So let's kind of listen in there, and if you can go online, you'll be able to see pictures from Pluto. I don't know what we're going to learn.
It's almost there. Again, what you're going to see thousands, probably more than 1,000 people are crowded in this room. They're going to have American flags. They're gathering. They're hugging. It's about America. We're getting ready to make history.
Oh, I like
Let's take it and see history in the making.
Yeah, history in the making. 21 seconds from now, he's waving his flag. It's a very crowded room over at NASA.
Wow. Oh, listen to the music. So exciting.
10 seconds away. Let's see.
8, 7, 6.
Like New Year's.
Do they kiss?
They're all waving American flags. Oh, there's Bill Nye, the science guy, is there.
Wow.
All right, so I guess that was the moment that the spacecraft started sending pictures from Pluto.
Oh, that gives me chills.
I'm afraid to come back here and be in your way. I don't know what to tell them.
We're hearing people just talk. All right, so now... Oh, they're saying USA.
Yay. Oh, I love that.
Well, it's hard to hear them, but they said they're chanting USA, USA.
Here real quick. John Grunsfeld, I need you. Yep, right now.
You can see the atmosphere in the room, too. So people, they were waving flags, get started. New Horizons spacecraft passes its close approach mark at Pluto.
Wow.
After a 3 billion mile journey. 9.5 years.
4.6 billion.
January 2006.
9.5 years.
2007. Record speed across the solar system, crossing planetary orbits faster than any other spacecraft had reached them. Speeds of 30,000 miles an hour.
Wow.
Almost hard to think of, hard to imagine. Still, after 9.5 years, now made it first on Pluto's doorstep, now past Pluto, gathering amazing amounts of information.
It's amazing that we know exactly the second that it's at the point it needs to be.
Until recently, we knew nothing about. This is exploration at its finest. Check it out. Look how busy New Horizons, still scanning away. Doesn't realize it just made history. Doing it right now. Go back to the room and see the folks on stage. That's the director of the Applied Physics Laboratory, Ralph Semmel. Mission officials, saw Alan Stern, principal investigator.
Do you know, if you took Pluto, the way it looks like on this picture, if you took Pluto and put it up against the country, the United States, it wouldn't be as big as the distance between Miami and Maine.
In science and exploration. History has been made, and standing next to me is one of those key individuals that has made that history happen. This is Dr. John Grunsfeld, and if you don't know him, I'm shocked because everyone knows him.
More than one person.
I'd like to say space shuttle flown astronaut, also known as the Hubble repairman, but he is the director of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, and New Horizons is
one of
almost 100 missions in the Science Mission Directorate.
The Hubble guy.
Dr. Grunsfeld, how does it feel?
We sure did.
In science.
Oh, it's just amazing. I mean, this is truly a hallmark in human history.
It was the only planet that was not yet explored. What does it take to have?
All right, you're hearing several voices because obviously the background sounds is coming through the microphone of the interviewer. But let's give it a shot.
I think that the success to missions like this is, the engineers, the hardware, the mission itself. But the real key is the teamwork, and that's what NASA excels.
The post office is going to issue a new Pluto stamp.
Oh, cool.
That's good. Disney should capitalize on this.
They should.
They've got a Pluto in their solar system.
Yeah, they do. They can put Pluto's face and ears on the Pluto stamp from NASA.
So there's a heart-shaped formation on the planet, with the dwarf planet Pluto.
Yeah, maybe they'll reclassify it to a planet again.
But I guess it's a dwarf planet. Like I say, it's so small that if you kind of held it up against planet Earth, it would only obscure, I guess you would say, maybe 2/3 of the United States or in part of Canada. I mean, that's how small it is. You know, it's kind of like holding a. Let's see, what do I compare it to? It's like comparing a tennis ball to a basketball. That's, I guess, in my mind. I'm trying to think what it compares to.
That makes sense.
Let's listen to this guy.
Dr. Alan Stern, the principal investigator, the scientist, the main scientist on this mission. History has been made. Dr. Stern, it's got to feel good.
It feels good. You know, so many people put so much work into this around the country. Engineers and scientists, technicians, business people, people like yourself in communications. It's a moment of celebration because we've just done the anchor leg. We have completed the initial reconnaissance of the solar system, an endeavor started under President Kennedy more than 50 years ago, continuing to today under President Obama. It's really historic what the United States has done, and the New Horizons team is really proud to have been able to run that anchor leg and make this accomplishment.
Well, Dr. Stern, before you go, and we have to transition, I know we've got another event coming up. Dr. Brunsfeld talked about, you know, the story is not over. We've got something that really is going to be special this evening. Give me your thoughts on what's going to transpire later on today.
Right. Well, the spacecraft is currently doing its job, taking measurements in the Pluto system at a very rapid pace. And we are going to have it check back in with us about 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And that's when we'll find out if it completed its job successfully.
Oh, wow. Got to wait till 9.
Dr. Stern, congratulations. And I'll see you this evening.
Thank you, Dwayne.
There you go. There you go.
Well, since that program was started 9.5 years ago, I'm really glad that their jobs weren't cut 7 years ago. So.
Oh, by the way, did you hear CBS drop 200 of their radio employees?
Yes, I did.
Wow. I wonder what's going on there.
Yes, I did.
They don't want to do radio anymore.
Just not.
Nobody does it right anymore.
As you heard, we wait for New Horizons to phone home tonight and let us know that all went well.
Doesn't that sound like a woman?
Stay tuned to NASA TV for our next media briefing.
That's like a man.
We'll get an update.
Yeah, it's a man.
And our look at some of the last images that New Horizons took of Pluto before going into the flyby.
Wow, it's already passed.
For Dwayne Brown and the New Horizons team, thanks for watching.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.
That was kind of fun. That was kind of fun.
That was great.
Hopefully our narration didn't disturb it too much. But anyway, if you go to NASA.gov, you'll see some of the pictures that were taken of Pluto before it got that. I mean, I don't see. Galen one time pointed out to me that we get excited about these space things because we're the age we are. Like it's not that exciting for the younger people. I don't know. It's kind of exciting to me.
It is. It's always been exciting to me ever since I was young. I just thought it was so cool.
I mean, even if you just go outside with a pair of binoculars or a good telescope and you look at the surface of the moon, isn't it somehow fascinating? And don't you think in some ways that even though I've never been to the moon.
No.
But because there was a time when there were a few people up there, doesn't it feel like it's not as far away? And now that this spacecraft has made it all the way to Pluto, doesn't it sort of make the whole solar system seem
closer?
Accessible, even though it took 9 years to get there. That's quite a road trip.
It is. Yeah, it does. You're saying something really, really true. It seems to be more accessible now, like it's right up the road.
How long did it take for the like the early settlers to get from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean? How long? I wonder if that took.
I bet it took a few months.
That must have taken, several months.
Don't you think?
But not 9 years. Nothing took 9 years.
No, but it must have taken several months because they had wagon trains.
Right.
And horses and cows and whatever else they brought along. So what did they average? Maybe 20 miles a day?
I don't know.
Maybe. Before they'd have to bed down for the night.
The first major migration was in 1843 on the Oregon Trail. It was about 2,000 miles long. Let's see. How long did the trip take on the average? It varies because of weather, accidents, but on average, a wagon train would expect to be on the road 4.5 to 5 months.
Oh, okay.
If you made it in 5 months, that was considered making good timing. So 5 months.
And then how long did it take the ships to come over with the immigrants, like your mom, for example, from
3 days.
Germany to here? 3 days.
I think so.
Okay, 3 days.
I think so.
Wow.
But nothing takes 9 years except getting to Pluto.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodness. Well.
Can you imagine if you were the passenger in the rocket, wait 9.5 years to really see Pluto? It's like, here it comes. There it goes.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Well, so I guess we have to wait till 9 o'clock tonight to see the, whatever the pictures are. I'm trying to do two things at once here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my technology here. Well, that wasn't very political at all, was it?
No, but I'm glad.
Except for the fact that it was very gracious to add people to the list of people he was crediting and include the communicators.
Yes.
I felt part of it, Robin.
I know.
It had nothing to do with it, but it was very gracious. He included President Obama. It kind of had nothing to do with it.
No, not at all. He cut the jobs.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back with Galen Unold. I didn't really tell you this earlier. I kind of breezed over it. 10 sports frauds who fooled the world. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Nuclear deal with Iran.
This deal demonstrates that American diplomacy can bring about real and meaningful change. Change that makes our country and the world safer and more secure.
The president says Iran will remove 2/3 of its installed centrifuges and get rid of 98% of its stockpile of uranium.
The agreement is set to give Iran billions of dollars in sanctions relief in exchange for curbing its nuclear activities. The Iranian foreign minister calling it a historic day. The final document is expected to include a deal to allow inspections of Iranian nuclear facilities, albeit with some restrictions, and a cap on production of nuclear material that can be used in bombs.
Fox Radio Simon Owen. And at least one person's dead, others unaccounted for after heavy rains caused flooding in eastern Kentucky. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network, giving you the power to prosper.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lockdock and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lockdock and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. We are some new talent. Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is. We are
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Prestige Food Trucks, the world's leading food truck manufacturer, specializing for the startup vendor all the way up to restaurant chains, is a proud sponsor of Food Truck Talks, the weekly show heard every Wednesday at 9 a.m. on The Source, WOCA News Talk, that brings you the inside scoop, ladle, spatula, spoon, fork, and plate from inside of the custom food trucks you see in and around town. Find what makes each food truck unique in its own way, from the food they serve to how it's prepared in their custom manufactured truck. Food Truck Talks, Wednesdays at 9 a.m., sponsored by Prestige Food Trucks.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock, we were just talking about the New Horizons spacecraft that just now got to its closest point to Pluto. I guess it's snapping away a gazillion pictures from 3 or 4 billion miles away, whatever the number is. I think I saw two different figures. One said 3, one said 4 billion. But what's a billion here and there? What's the difference, right?
Exactly.
Galen is just about as far away. He's in Atlanta. It's kind of like going on a spacecraft. When you get in a car, you go someplace that if you didn't have a car, you'd have to walk. How long do you think it would take to walk to Atlanta? It's got to be at least a month, right?
Oh, yeah, I would think so. Sure.
I don't know how long it would take. We should try it one day. Just I don't know if I get past the parking lot. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Good. How's Atlanta?
Atlanta's good. It should be a beautiful day, so we'll see what happens.
How's everybody at LifeSouth in Atlanta? We saw LifeSouth in Gainesville yesterday. We were up in Gainesville. But it wasn't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it wasn't yours. We saw the Bloodmobile. It was the one on
441.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're all attached, but yeah, that's just I work at the headquarters, and that's just our district regional facility.
Okay. But anyway, so everything's all right up there? You guys are okay? Today's your big meeting, right? Today's the one?
Yeah, today's a big meeting. Yeah.
You could lighten it up a little bit and say, hey, you guys keeping up with this Pluto thing?
Yeah.
You could talk about Pluto.
That was cool.
Yeah, we might. You never know. You never know where the conversation's going to go. I hope it goes to Pluto, because then that means it's going well. So, if you have light banter like that,
that's
means it's going well. So
you might interject that it was a good thing Walt Disney didn't pick any other planet as names for dogs.
Yeah.
I thought Pluto was the planet was first.
Oh, Pluto was before the dog?
I thought so.
I really don't know. That's a really good question.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah.
I thought Pluto was discovered in early.
Okay, let's see. Which came first? Let me Google this. You Google everything. Did you see this video, by the way? These young kids, like teenagers, were handed a stack of encyclopedias, and they were told to look things up.
Oh, my gosh.
And
I'm surprised they were even capable.
It was like the Stone Age for them. It's like, oh, this is so time-consuming.
Can I get a snack? It's going to take me a long time to do this.
Okay, when was Pluto discovered? Pluto was discovered in 1930. Okay.
Oh, so right about the time.
When was Pluto the dog created? When was Pluto the dog created? September 1930.
Probably right after the planet, right?
Maybe there was a reason for that, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, isn't that crazy? What if there's a connection? What if Disney said, you know what, I'll name it after that new planet?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Some Roman god.
Is Pluto a Roman god?
It's a Roman or Greek god, isn't it?
Okay, let me look up that. Was Pluto a god? Was Pluto a god? Pluto was the Roman god of the underworld.
Oh.
There you go.
And the judge of the dead.
Pluto.
Oh, there you go.
Pluto is an alternative name for the god in Greece named Hades, but was more often used in Roman mythology in their presentation of the god of the underworld.
Really?
Here's how I compare. When I looked at the thing on NASA.gov, it's like comparing. If you compare Pluto to the Earth, it's like comparing a tennis ball to a basketball, and we're the basketball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
It's that tiny. Yeah. So.
Yeah. You'd have a better chance of walking to Atlanta in Pluto than you would on the Earth.
What did we say? It took 5 months for the explorers to go out to the west, the Oregon Trail, the 2,000 mile.
Yep, 2,000 miles, 5.5 months, it said.
5 months.
Yeah.
I think I would feel pretty good about covering 2,000 miles in 5 months.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably walk
with a car or walking.
Walking, yeah, with a stagecoach.
Well, you got to realize they didn't even have like streets. You could at least walk on.
That's
pavement.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But the Oregon Trail was there, so I think that's what they were using.
Yeah.
It was
a trail.
rocky,
It wasn't a road. It wasn't Route 66.
All right, so you ready for my topic for today?
I guess so, yeah.
It is the sports frauds. Sports frauds. Some of these you probably know. They're not old either. They're relatively new in the last decade or so.
Okay.
Okay, these are good. I think you're going to like these. Some of them, they're not. They're fascinating, even without the sports being. They could be music frauds. It could be political frauds.
Mm-hmm.
Just interject what these people did to pull one over on somebody was pretty fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
These happen to be sports frauds, and I'm sure I'm guessing you know some of these. All right, before we do any of that, how's the blood supply?
To be honest with you, we really need all types. So. Get out there, donate blood, and help us get through the summer.
There you go. When you get to the meeting, just say, I just want you to know that this morning, just before I came into this meeting, I did a thing on the radio, and at least 17 people saved 3 lives each. Just come up with an arbitrary number.
All right, there you go.
3 times 17 is how many lives? 21, 52, 51 lives, something like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Just don't tell them it was a made-up number. Just the important message that Galen delivers us from LifeSouth to donate blood, in spite of the fact that we add silly to it, we pepper it with silly, is this all made possible by Penn Flooring. So thank them for sponsoring this segment. Penn Flooring has some beautiful flooring. They've been putting flooring into people's homes and businesses for over a quarter of a century. They, in fact, put the floor in this studio right here, including the entire office space, and so many different varieties, at least 3 or 4 different varieties of flooring here in this studio.
Yeah.
So go check out their samples. They've got them at the showroom, which is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the McKay-Williams Bridge, over the railroad tracks on 17th Street. Thank you,
There you go. Thank you very much.
All right, you ready for these? These are good. These are really fun things.
Yeah.
Sports frauds. In the year 2000, the original Maple Bat Company received emails from who they believed was New York Yankee shortstop Derek Jeter and Norman Garciaparra of the Boston Red Sox.
No more. No more.
No more, thank you.
No more Garciaparra. Yeah.
The email from Jeter, which was sent from the totally legitimate Derek Jeter 222 at hotmail.com, said, gosh, we got his email address.
Wow.
I am interested in your product due to the fact that Jose Canseco let me use his bat last year, and I liked it, although it was too heavy. I will place an order for 50 to 60 of the 2001 season because my contract with Louisville Slugger is up, and I'm trying to get a feel of what's out there before I decide what bats to use next year. The sooner the better, thanks, Derek. The owner of the bat company sent out 60 bats that were engraved with the players' names, with each bat being worth $3,319.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
I wonder who did he ship them to?
Okay, let me just finish. It's like one more sentence.
Go ahead.
2 more. After receiving the bats, DeRungs. Who's DeRungs? Do they not? This is not incomplete. Okay, DeRungs tried to sell them on eBay using different usernames before being arrested. He ultimately pleaded guilty to fraud and spent 21 months in jail over the stunt. It doesn't tell you who DeRungs is.
He must have been the guy who placed the order.
That was the guy who actually placed it. They didn't. Oh, Herbert John DeRungs. There it is. Okay. So Herbert John DeRungs was posing as Derek Jeter.
Oh, gee.
Wow. Okay. So sorry, I didn't see his name in the beginning.
Well, and that kind of bothers me because the email said even though he used it, even though it was too heavy, you'd have thought that company would have sent out a couple of bats first before going through all that process of engraving and stuff to see what is the correct weight, and then.
I'm amazed that a bat costs $3,000.
No. Yeah.
Why does it cost $3,000?
Well, two things. One, that's probably the retail price. I mean, that's not what it actually costs to produce. That's what it costs somebody to buy it. Secondly, I mean, Derek Jeter's been using the same bat his entire professional career, so he knows exactly what he weighs. And since Jose Canseco was hitting home runs and doing 50-50, stealing 50 bases, he was a MVP, best player in the game, and Jeter thought he could hit more home runs with a heavier bat.
Oh.
I mean, it's plausible.
Okay.
It's plausible. I mean, it was plausible enough for them to buy it.
Wow. Okay. Well, there's one fraud for you. All right. I guess we should take our break. Let's take our break, and then we'll be back.
Okay.
With more sports frauds and Galen Unold up in Atlanta, where it's currently beautiful and sunny.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a very, very nice town.
And he's not on the sidewalk.
It's hot Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever get to the gym, by the way, yesterday?
No. That's a whole other story.
We'll be right back.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Prestige Food Trucks, the world's leading food truck manufacturer, specializing for the startup vendor, all the way up to restaurant chains, is a proud sponsor of Food Truck Talks, the weekly show heard every Wednesday at 9 a.m. on The Source, WOCA News Talk, that brings you the inside scoop, ladle, spatula, spoon, fork, and plate from inside of the custom food trucks you see in and around town. Find what makes each food truck unique in its own way, from the food they serve to how it's prepared in their custom manufactured truck. Food Truck Talks, Wednesdays at 9 a.m., sponsored by Prestige Food Trucks.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today with a thunderstorm around during the afternoon hours, high 90 to 94. Tonight, partly cloudy. There can be a thunderstorm in spots near the coast early on, though 73 to 77. Tomorrow, partly sunny. Watch out for an afternoon thunderstorm, high 89 to 93. Thursday, sunshine mixing with clouds with a couple of thunderstorms around, mainly during the afternoon hours, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
All right, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Tuesday morning. Galen Unold from LifeSouth Community Blood Center on the phone up in Atlanta, Georgia, where he'll be there till Wednesday or so. Is that right, Galen?
Yeah.
It's like being an astronaut. It's like you're in the space station, and you got your spaceship, and you got to get back in that spaceship in a couple of days after your mission is complete.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to eat food out of a tube, and I have gravity to deal with, and I have to stop for gas. But yeah. Pretty close.
I got to get gas too before I leave here. I'm totally E.
All right, so I have another sports fraud to tell you about. This is Israel Lang, known as Izzy Lang. Do you know him? He was a running back drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 18th round of the 1964 draft. Oh, I told you these were within the last 10 years. This is not, I guess, this is an exception to that. Anyway, he was at the 18th round of the... I thought I smelled chocolate. Do you got chocolate?
I do. I have hot chocolate
okay.
next to my ice.
So he was drafted after finishing his college career at Tennessee State. He played 4 seasons with the Eagles, including 2 as the team's starter, before moving on to play for the Rams for 1 year and then retiring in 1969. His retirement was bumpy. He began telling people he was a professional football player, but he didn't say he was Izzy Lang. He said he was New York Giants running back Joe Morris.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to cash some checks under that name. He also tried to impersonate New York's Lawrence Taylor and Leonard Marshall and Doug Williams of the Washington Redskins.
Oh no!
The problem that he was...
Yeah, I mean, he was more like a criminal than he is a fraud.
Okay, so you knew about this guy. This guy's familiar to you?
Well, once you started saying what it was, it rang a bell, because I remember there was somebody who was impersonating, Lawrence Taylor and everything, and this is the guy who... I think if one time he was trying to talk about how he was living in the slums, and they tried to have he was trying to get a charity named after him, stuff like that, right? The guy?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. All right, the next one is Carl Power. Now, this is in soccer or what do you call British football, whatever they call it, right? I think. Am I right about this?
It's called football, yes.
It's called football.
Yeah.
I think.
Are they calling it British football?
No. That's just what I called it. It says professional soccer on the thing here.
Oh.
Okay.
Soccer.
Yeah. Then it's soccer or football. Yeah.
All right. April 18th, 2001. This is about Carl Power. Manchester United and Bayern Munich met in a Champions League match. Before the match, a man named Carl Power was able to get close to the field at Old Trafford in Greater Manchester, disguising himself as a member of the TV crew. Once he was close to the field, he changed quickly into a Manchester United uniform and walked over to the team as they were getting ready for their pre-match photograph. He stood alongside striker Andy Cole, and only Roy Keane and Gary Neville noticed he was there. The photographer took the picture, forever capturing Power in one of the most legendary pranks in the world of professional soccer.
Gesundheit, Galen.
Oh, thank you.
He got away. He said that the stunt had been planned for 2 years. After the picture, Power went on to perform a number of other pranks, but nothing compared to this one. So he got into a picture.
Now that's a good prankster.
That is a good one, yeah.
Fraud, but I like that one. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's like the George Plimpton of pranks, then.
Well, George Plimpton was a writer, and he was a first embedded writer, but a little different because what George did wasn't illegal. George had the willingness of the Detroit Lions and of everybody around him. So.
Oh, okay, that's right. He didn't sneak on.
Here's one.
Now you could say that about Sid Finch, but because he created him out of his mind, and that was a joke. It wasn't really a fraud, but yeah.
All right, here's one from 2008. Let's see, the Orlando Magic is mentioned in this article. In 2008, an unnamed woman living in the Boston area started dating who she thought was a former NBA star named Jeff Turner, who played 10 years for the New Jersey Nets and the Orlando Magic, and also won an Olympic gold medal at the 1984 Summer Games. They had met through a Craigslist ad and went on about a dozen dates over a couple of months. He told her that he now worked for the Seattle Sonics front office while he lived in Somerville, Massachusetts.
Oh.
Big commute. When the man claiming to be Turner left town for a few weeks, she started getting suspicious. She Googled Jeff Turner, which she hadn't done at this point, and she should have at the beginning, and found out that the real Turner was a high school basketball coach in Orlando.
Oh, my gosh.
After contacting Turner and confirming, she then discovered that the imposter was actually a local property manager named Ronnie Craven.
Oh, gee.
I wonder if he looked like him.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff Turner's kind of a abstract guy to pull.
Oh, really?
I mean, he's just he was a shooter. He was like more like a 6th or 7th bench guy. So, I mean, he was never a superstar.
And he must have, she must have bragged about dating him to her friends, and you'd have thought there might have been some sports enthusiasts in that group that said, "Oh, can we meet him?"
Right, and maybe he looked like him. Maybe he looked like him.
Yeah.
I must have.
All right, here's another one.
have.
This is Barry Bremen, Bremen. By daytime, Barry Bremen was a novelty goods salesman, but he became famous for his second career as a professional imposter. In 1970. Do you know him?
Bremen.
1979,
Yeah.
during the NBA All-Star Game in Detroit, he wore a team uniform and went through a pregame warm-up before being discovered and thrown out. A short time later, he snuck onto the course of the U.S. Open and played a few practice rounds with professional golfers. Later, in 1979, he dressed in a Yankees uniform and caught a few pop flies at a Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Wow.
That same year, he was able to get into the sidelines of an NFL game between Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins as a cheerleader. He shaved his legs, dieted, and then wore a homemade cowgirl's uniform before being found out and tossed.
Wow.
Now, the cheerleaders, the cheerleader one was what really, really made him famous. So, yeah.
That is a funny one.
And he wrote a book about it. It turns out that at every one of these places, he actually had inside help from like the staff that worked there and everything. So
wow.
You just couldn't get away with that now. But yeah.
Well, they probably all liked that Tony Curtis movie, The Imposter. So they probably that movie was their idol, probably.
Okay, here's another fraud.
There you go.
Ryan Ward is the fraudster in this one. Joba Chamberlain. Jabba
the Hutt.
No matter how I say it, it's always going to be wrong.
I know.
It's like putting a plug into the socket. There's 2 ways to do it. I'm always going to get it wrong the first time.
I know. I just sometimes when some of the names, I'm like, how did you not know that one? And I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, because it's me.
Right.
All right, Joba
Chamberlain.
All right, he's a major league pitcher who rose to fame with the New York Yankees, quickly becoming a fan favorite whenever he was not busy getting injured. Out on the streets of Toms River, New Jersey, a man named Ryan Ward just happened to look a lot like Chamberlain. The resemblance was so strong that people frequently asked him if he was Chamberlain, and he began saying yes. Mm-hmm. Made him feel like a celebrity. So he started.
At some point, you just go with it.
He started wearing a Yankees hat. When we went to restaurants, people would send him drinks for free and food for free. He signed autographs as Chamberlain.
Nice.
Spent a lot of time with women because they thought he was Chamberlain.
See, they're gold. They're all gold diggers.
Yeah.
Exactly. The women that show up, they're gold diggers.
Yeah, there you go. Here's another one. In 2010, this is about Gwerdwich Montemere. That's the fraudster. In 2010, Jerry Joseph. I got that right? Jerry Joseph? Okay.
I don't know.
Registered at Permian High School in Odessa, Texas. Oh, this is a good one. I read this one. I read them all earlier.
Oh.
Permian was made famous after being the subject of the book Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights, yeah.
Yeah, Friday, yeah. Joseph claimed he was 16 years old and had documentation from Haiti to prove it. Once enrolled, the 6'5" tall Joseph joined the basketball team at the starting point. As the Panthers were making a run for the playoffs, Joseph moved in with the school's basketball coach. The team lost in the first round of the state tournament that season. That summer, Joseph was playing in a tournament for high school students in Little Rock, Arkansas, when 3 coaches from Florida recognized him. He was actually Gwerdwich Montemere, who graduated from a high school in Dillard, Florida in 2007, meaning he wasn't 16, he was 22 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, at least he was good enough for the coaches from Florida to recognize him.
I wonder if that high school team then had to forfeit all their games and forget about playing
I'm
for
sure
the
they did. Good thing they didn't. Well, they didn't win the state, so they got knocked out, so it made it a lot easier, but yeah.
Wow.
In 2007, the Associated Press ran an obituary for Bill Henry, a major league reliever for 16 years who had appeared in the 1961 All-Star Game and the 1961 World Series. After the obituary was released, the Associated Press received a call from Henry, who claimed he was alive and well and living in Texas.
Oh.
It turns out the deceased Bill Henry had been living in Florida and pretending to be the former Major League Baseball pitcher for over 20 years.
Oh,
he even gave speeches about his glory days in the major leagues and had been living the lie for so long that even his wife thought he was a former big leaguer.
Oh, gee.
When the real Bill Henry was asked if he was upset, he said he wasn't. He said, I know who the real Bill Henry is.
Good for him.
Yeah. Doesn't impact him anyway, I guess, directly.
Funny fraud stories.
That's pretty good stuff.
Well,
I mean, there's some really good ones. Like, you look at the lady who won the Boston Marathon, Rosie. What was her name?
Oh,
Rosie something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Because she turns out that she was taking buses and subways and was running through the checkpoint and getting back on a bus and going to the next place. Yeah, and so she won the women's Boston Marathon. It took like 24 hours to figure out that she cheated.
Oh,
There's
wow.
some great ones. There's a dude. It was a horse race guy. I have no idea what his name was, but I guess it was really foggy on the track.
Right.
And so they had to go around, the track. And so when they got out of the gate, the guy stopped on the track, waited for them to move the starting gate, circled his horse around, and got near the finish line. And once he heard the horses coming, then he ran and finished.
Oh, that's a great story.
That was one of my favorites.
That is a great one. Galen, real quick.
Happened that long ago.
Where's the Bloodmobile? Where's the Bloodmobile?
We're actually at Wedgwood Lane, Larry. I've been saying Wedgwood Road, but it's actually Wedgwood Lane.
Oh, okay.
That yesterday.
We gotta make a
don't want to call it Wedgwood Road. It's Wedgwood Lane.
Okay, Wedgwood Wayne.
That's where we're at.
All right, we're running late. We're already into the news, but be careful up there. Have a great meeting today, and thank you for all you do.
You.
All right.
You guys are the best.
We'll be right back.
All.
Thank you.
Pile of uranium.
The agreement is set to give Iran billions of dollars in sanctions relief in exchange for curbing its nuclear activities. The Iranian foreign minister calling it a historic day. The final document is expected to include a deal to allow inspections of Iranian nuclear facilities, albeit with some restrictions, and a cap on production of nuclear material that can be used in bombs.
Fox Radio Simon Owen. And at least one person's dead, others unaccounted for after heavy rains caused flooding in eastern Kentucky. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto. Shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network, giving you the power to prosper.
Prestige Food Trucks, the world's leading food truck manufacturer, specializing for the startup vendor, all the way up to restaurant chains, is a proud sponsor of Food Truck Talks, the weekly show heard every Wednesday at 9 a.m. on The Source, WOCA News Talk, that brings you the inside scoop, ladle, spatula, spoon, fork, and plate from inside of the custom food trucks you see in and around town. Find what makes each food truck unique in its own way, from the food they serve to how it's prepared in their custom manufactured truck. Food Truck Talks, Wednesdays at 9 a.m., sponsored by Prestige Food Trucks.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Coloring helps our brain downshift to more soothing alpha waves. That's because filling in the lines requires just enough concentration to keep your brain focused without risking any burnout. Lower testosterone means a man is less likely to stray and look for other mates after he becomes a father. Are your lips always dry or chapped? That is usually the first sign of dehydration.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.